Hey there, whippersnappers, it's Tortoise the Gray. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Pokemon Showdown OU Battles. Today I'm going monotype because that seemed to be the majority recommendation from you guys on last episode. One of my longtime viewers, Scadrell, he recommended that I try out an electric type monotype team. So I figured, what the heck, hadn't really put anything together yet, so I figured, why not, let's go electric. And so I threw this little team together. I decided to take more the route of not like finding the 6 best electric Pokemon to throw on a team, but more like if I were a gym leader, if I were going to be an electric type gym leader, what would that team look like? And so this is what this team kind of came out of. I'm still messing around with the move sets and things like that to make sure that I've got full coverage on things. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy with it. You know, obviously if I was doing just the strongest Pokemon, I probably wouldn't have a Pokemon like Raichu on the team, or some of these other guys, but I think that works out pretty well. And so I'm going to kind of take that approach. I want to do a series of these monotype teams. It's something I've actually been thinking about for a while, and so I think I'm probably going to take that kind of approach, like pick my 6 favorite of a type as if I was like starting up a gym or something like that, because otherwise why would you have a monotype team? So, so yeah. That's what we've kind of got going here. If you guys have any suggestions of types you'd like to see me do for future updates at some point, feel free to throw those out. I've got ideas of which ones I'd like to do because I kind of have thought about in the past, you know, if I were going to be a gym leader, what gym type would I use? But you know, that's me. So, but yeah, whatever you guys like to see, just let me know. But yeah, I really like this little team. It definitely needs a bit of work because it does have some weaknesses that are pretty obvious beyond just you know, the electric issues. I need to get a little bit better coverage on some things. But got pretty lucky. This was a very close battle. At this point, we're both down 2-2. They've got Crawdaunt and Buggy left here. And I've got Mega Magnetric left, thankfully, which is able to do some pretty decent work here. Krayshawn's going to come in with the Aqua Jet here and take out Magnetric or Electro. And then I bring Glyph in, and Glyph takes the knockoff and is able to kill Krayshawn in one hit, which is awesome. But yeah, so there's this battle. I figure since I pretty much talked through that whole one, I'll throw another one on here for a second so I can kind of walk you through what I was thinking and things like that. But yeah, so I'll see you guys here in just a second. Alright guys, here we go. Let off with Puka. I switched up Puka's moveset a little bit because I didn't really have a physical attacker, and I don't think it's working out real great, but it's something I'm trying out. So she's got Fake Out and Brick Break, some other things, Wild Charge. I can't really remember everything she's got, but so they bring in their Chandelure, take out Umbreon. They switch out before I do. I go for the knockoff, and I get at least rid of Gliscor's Toxic Orb, which is probably going to be pretty helpful because he's not going to get his Toxic Heal thing going on there. Bring in Scotty, force out the Gliscor. I use Heal Bell because Puka had taken a status there. I then bring in Electro and get the Mega Evolution and the Heat Wave off, which gets rid of Ferrothorn, which is very helpful. Then this Blissey. This freaking Blissey, man. Wow. I hate it so much. I just wish it would die. They bring Umbreon back in. Puka comes back in. Gets some decent damage off on the Umbreon before Umbreon kills Puka there. At which point I'm going to bring in Charlotte, and I'm going to get the Bug Buzz off, and Puka's damage helps us to get rid of that in one hit. They bring in their Crobat, so I switch into Glyph. A lot of switching in this battle. They switch into Chandelure. I switch into Scotty now. I'm going to take that Flamethrower very nicely. Going to throw up the Heal Bell again, I think, aren't I? Yeah, so we throw that up. So Glyph is awake now. Crobat uses Confuse Ray. I'm going to try and get the Ice Beam off a couple of times here. It would have been very nice if it would have worked, because either Crobat would have gotten hit or Gliscor would have gotten hit there. And either of those would have been very nice to get off the field. But it didn't work out that way. They bring in this freaking Blissey again. And they can't really do a whole lot to Big Bird. but it's Blissey, so we can't really do a whole lot to it either. It's going to use Heal Bell and get rid of its status, so that's annoying. Then they're going to switch into Gliscor. He's going to take a Heat Wave. I bring Glyph back in to tank the Stone Edge, which I expected was coming. A lot of switching in this battle. They bring in Chandelure, I bring in Scotty. Scotty's going to get hit with an Energy Ball, which isn't going to be great. I was expecting maybe the switch back into Gliscor because of what they had done previously, but that didn't end up working out. So wasted a turn getting hit and attacking Chandelure. Bring Big Bird in, go for the Thunderbolt, and I'm able to get Chandelure off the field, which is great. They bring in Crobat Den. Big Bird resists that, and we're able to get Crobat out too. So Big Bird very useful in this battle for sure. They bring in Blissey though again, and it's just like and it's finally able to kill Big Bird with its Focus Blast. At which point I bring in Glyph. And I'm going for the Flash Cannon here because Flash Cannon's going to lower, at least it has a chance to lower special defense, which is going to start happening here a little bit. So the Focus Blast is doing decent damage to Glyph. The Flash Cannon's doing good too, and the Focus Blast missed a couple times here. We get another one off. It was so close. We get it down to the bottom, but then this thing pulls out Soft Boiled. And then they switch out before I can take it out. One more Flash Cannon at the half special defense would have done it for sure. But they switch out, and we're able to get Gliscor off the field at least. And then at this point, they use the Focus Blast, they take out Glyph. I'm going to bring in Electro here, hopefully hoping that the Mega Evolution thing is going to be enough power to get rid of Blissey eventually. They go for the Soft Boil again, and at this point it's painfully obvious that this is just going to be the most annoying battle, that standoff battle here that ever lived. And they recognize that too. They sent me a message saying they'd ran out of PP on their attacking moves. So it would have just been worthlessly stalling out with the Soft Boil. I would have definitely whittled them down with my remaining Pokemon. So, yeah, they decided to forfeit there, which I was thankful for, because it would have been a very annoying another, like, 20 turns trying to get rid of it. But yeah, so that was a very fun little battle, a lot of switching back and forth and things like that. Definitely need to get something to take care of walls like Blissey. I mean, there's not really a whole lot of good things to take care of walls like Blissey, but I need to get something that has a little more bulk behind it that can take on something like that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, if you've got ideas for other types you'd like to see me use monotypes in, and I can sprinkle those in throughout, Little Cup and these other tiers that you guys want. So we'll sprinkle those throughout. But let me know what you'd like to see. I hope you guys have a great weekend. As always, I've been Tortoise the Gray, and you guys have been great. Make sure to leave the likes, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Have a good one.